Okay, back to Scottie. This may have been just a minor boost, but it's noticeable to me, and I believe our eyes are so tuned in to what is normal and what up and down looks like. When we see some magical anomaly, it automatically feels different, which means special.
When Chambers went over Mark Jackson, I mean, that was an awesome dunk.
And that's just one more piece that this dunk had. Now we have the descent, the landing. Which brings me to the final point. No, not final, but our big point of the day. No, fancier. Our transcendent point of the day. Scottie and Patrick, as a unit, complete the coveted Dunk Trifecta, the trifecta of ultimate dunk achievements. And from the other perspective, it's the ultimate dunk humiliations. For Patrick's experience, the steps to maximum humiliation are: first, get dunked on. Number 2, crashing down to the ground violently. And number 3, getting stepped over or teabagged. And I personally can only think of 2 other times that this trifecta has ever been completed, or nearly completed. So, a clean delivery, a violent landing, Ewing goes down, and Scottie, he adds the variable. He adds insult to injury and gives him the all-time bully push, the sit down, be humble push. I mean, he's already going down. It doesn't seem like Patrick was holding on to him. This is really the only kind of disrespect I've seen from like when Shaq dunked on Chris Dudley. That Shaq dunk was humiliating.
Against Dudley.
But the difference is he didn't push him for no reason here. You can see Christopher's arms all wrapped and cozy around Shaq's thighs there. So Shaq said, "Get the F off of me." But just the pure lack of respect. I'm glad Chris acted mad at the end and followed through with a mini retaliation and a ball toss. Alright, double side note, what's with people throwing the ball at Shaq? I think folks instinctively know that it's their only chance to get a shot in, and they don't want to get too close. Even though Shaq's never been a good fighter, he's never landed an actual punch. But old Duds did get off easy. Nobody stood over him. And also, this dunk, this is the Shaq statue. I know Shaq did this particular legs up dunk pose before, plenty of times in his career, but this is a perfect pose that the actual Shaq statue was modeled after. So this very well could have had a bronzed Chris Dudley face right between his golden thighs. Some of those statues, they include other people in them. Some are very unrealistic, but this one, if they would have had a little person getting dunked on, it would have been Chris Dudley. All right, but Shaq left it there. He didn't have a chance to stand over him, so he didn't complete the trifecta. And Scottie did, and he reveled in it. And what's magnificent here about owning a man like that, nobody ever forgets. So Scottie, being so aware of this, how aware, he did a God-blessed callback 2 years later, and everyone immediately knew what he was doing.
Ewing fell down, saves it, and calls time. Pippen obviously taunted him as he stepped over him. How about inducing a sense of deja vu? This was moments ago.
Well, it wasn't a dunk, but Scottie Pippen taunting Patrick. Patrick not happy, walking over the top of him. I think Patrick had flashback memories of when he got dunked on by Scottie Pippen earlier.
I mean, really, this standing over people thing, it's like a primal instinct. It crosses all cultural boundaries and speaks for itself. It's basically the closest we'll ever get to hunting down and ripping open and cannibalizing each other, our enemies, in a civilized sense. Like a lion would, just standing over our prey. And poor, reactive Patrick does basically the only thing a man with an ounce of self-respect can do, this little shove. He did it then and he did it again. And remember, this is the callback, which reminds us of this other play. Remember this? Remember this play here? It's very similar. But the one difference in the Scottie callback and LeBron's step over Draymond was Scottie wasn't half-stepping here. There's nothing gentle about what he did. LeBron, on the other hand, you can see the timidness in his move. LeBron looks like he's tiptoeing over a cat turd in a miniskirt here. Back to Scottie. The off-balance Patrick, the shove, and the seal the deal, and the oldest primal instinct insult, the standover. There's really only one dunk sequence that comes to mind that checks off all these boxes. and it is the official end, the it's all downhill from here moment in Anderson Varejão's career, because the trifecta of embarrassment took place here. This was Dwayne Wade's dunk over Anderson Varejão. It included all three steps: the dunk, the fall, and the clear slapping the dick stand over him. Bang! Oh. But Anderson Varejão showed zero self-respect, no inkling of dignity. Maybe he just thinks everybody's having fun, playing, while he's getting humiliated and his manhood is getting taken away. Okay, so in conclusion here. In my very first video, I set a rule of conduct, and I want to spread this. I want this to become classic law. If you are going to judge a man, judge him by his dunk. This means everything you need to know is right there on display. The attempt, the form, the aggression, the thought, the tactic. And for our friend Scottie, you can see everything you need to know right here. What kind of man and player he is. What he has inside of him. Now, sure, of course, this may be contradicted by other moments in his career, like when he was famously frozen. In Game 3 of this exact same series with 1.8 seconds left and down by 1, Scottie inexplicably was on the bench.
Been on the bench at the crucial climax of last night's showdown with New York. Channel 7's Brad Palmer has the story.
Phil Jackson believes Scottie Pippen's defection was the culmination of a number of frustrating incidents leading up to Patrick Ewing's game-tying basket with less than 2 seconds left in the game. The Bulls called a timeout and designed a play for Tony Kukoc. Scottie Pippen refused to go back in. Instead, he went to the end of the bench, necessitating a second timeout. Pippen and Jackson got into a cussing match, but Scottie still refused to budge.
It wasn't pretty much Phil taking me out of the game. It was like, we exchanged words and I just took a seat.
So it was your decision based on frustration?
Now, as far as the last play of the game goes, Scottie Pippen was not involved in that play. He asked out of the play. I left him off the floor.
Well, Ernie, I talked to someone at courtside, and this is basically what happened. Phil drew up the play for Tony Kukoc. Pippen didn't like it, and he said something to Phil. And Phil said, this is the way the play is going to stand. Pippen says, well, then take me out. Phil says, all right, then, go to the bench. And that's why Pippen was not in at the end.
I have no comments on that.
But the Bulls survived without Scottie. Tony Kukoc hit a 22-footer to win it for the Bulls.
Scottie chose not to go on the court last night for his own specific reason. I put in a better passer in Pete Myers. The better passer in Pete Myers.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, but he never had to be clutch. He never had to show up as the main person at the end of the game and demand the ball. I mean, he did say this recently.
I'm not afraid to say that. I don't have clutch genes. I played with a guy that took all the clutch genes out of me.
Now, I know he delivers it in a jokey manner, but that is the truth. Okay, back to the play. So many things could have gone wrong in this play. So many things, from the bounce pass, to Scottie just missing the dunk, to it not delivering him directly to Spike. You take away any of these things, and this may not be the goatiest dunk. It may just be another great dunk. But all this delivery under pressure makes for a one-of-a-kind dunk. But there is one missing thing, and it annoys the heck out of me. It's the complimentary play call. The guys in the booth, the guys on the sideline blew it. Mind you, we're just talking about the national broadcast here, the big dogs, the ones who should get it right. Here, listen. God, this really upsets me. Wait a second. What? Elevation? What, Hubie? Okay, and it doesn't get any better than that. Because the problem is... Alright, bring the music back. Problem is, they're playing catch-up the entire time. He can't get a full Transcendent recap out. He's constantly trying to catch up. And then he's caught off guard by the Spike Lee situation and loses his previous thought. But he can't grasp this one either. He bumbles his way through all of it.
Right there. Alonzo said, not only
performing like an amateur, and all the threads are left uncontextualized and untraumatized. First reaction was fine. Oh baby, oh wow. But now you have to regroup and drop the line that will raise this moment to a standalone, editable moment, where 5 seconds of video and 4 seconds of your audio completely explains what just happened. So where do you start? Well, the rule is you must say everyone's name. That is the key. Here's an example.
From the floor. Rondo! Oh! Up high, down hard. Rajon Rondo.
Here's another one.
J.R. Smith. We just saw men fly.
Here's another one.
A Smith screen. Posey will defend. Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life.
And yes, those are all Kevin Harlan, because Kevin Harlan gets it. But wait, there's others. How has this become an iconic call?
He gets it out deep, and Havlicek steals it. Havlicek goal. Havlicek stole the ball. It's all over. It's all over.
He's just repeating the same thing multiple times, but he did his job. He followed the play calling rules. Then this one.
What a play by Derek Harper.
And again, I believe this call is keeping this clip alive long past its expected expiration date. Again, watch the Dwayne Wade dunk and listen to how Marv Albert handles it.
O'Neal got a piece of it. Wade. Oh, a facial. Yes, and a foul. Wade going right at Anderson Varejao.
And after Marv delivers a masterclass on big play calls, even Reggie understands you get plenty of chances to make the iconic call. You can get it in during the replay.
And Dwayne Wade right at the body of Anderson Varejao. Welcome to your Kodak moment, Anderson Varejao.
Reggie Miller single-handedly trying to keep the Kodak company alive and relevant. I believe they are out of business. Now, in our dunk, the dunk that we are examining today, these joke farts never got around to the actual work. But also, back to D. Wade's dunk, here's a little caveat. The reason this is not a GOAT dunk is just purely because of the situation. I might say this is actually a better performed dunk, but it doesn't have the cast and the setting. In order to make this Dwayne Wade dunk the GOAT dunk, let's swap in a few different pieces, just to really pile on how great the Scottie Pippen dunk was. All right, first of all, let's move this game to the second round of the playoffs, instead of a regular season game. Maybe game 5, and this puts the Heat up 3-2, okay? Also, we have to swap Anderson Varejao to, let's say, well, it has to be the other team's best player, so it has to be on LeBron. Not quite a shot blocker, but it'll work. Now this dunk is elevated. It's becoming a bubble rising to the top of the thick, lumpy oatmeal. But now, let's say the biggest troll of the game is mouthing off on the sideline. Let's go ahead and hire Drake to play a very fitting role. Okay? So after dunking all over the Heat and LeBron and pushing him down, he arcs right by Drake and tells him to sit the f down. Now we're getting somewhere. This dunk is now the GOAT dunk. But until that day, when a single dunk scenario stacks up all those qualifications and checks off all those boxes, until that day, Scottie Pippen will wear the crown as his dunk. This dunk is your answer to the greatest dunk of all time.
I felt like I could touch the roof. Maybe the greatest dunk in the history of the game.
Again, thank you for watching. Remember, our topics are not timely, they are timeless. So enjoy, watch some more videos, subscribe, hit the notification. Hit the notification. Hit that notification.
This is the NBA Storyteller.
Thank you for watching.
I know he's back near the mean streets where he grew up.